Oh, hi, I'm Ayanna. RBKSocial.com is pretty much a site that showcases my love for Brooklyn and everything that goes on with.
So, we had a long conversation about this a couple of weeks ago. Moving on to entertainment. Aaliyah,
Okay.
the biopic.
Mm-hmm.
A new actress was picked. Zendaya. Nobody was feeling her, and she. I don't want to say graciously stepped down, but she stepped down from the part due to the problems that the family was saying, like they didn't want anything to go on. They were trying to stop production and the rights to the music.
Mm-hmm.
And she stepped down after that. But they have replaced her, and the announcement was made in a very interesting way. Have you guys heard about it? No?
I saw a little pic, but yeah, school me.
So Wendy Williams announced that she is executive producer to the movie. She's adding another executive producer, and she announced that Alexandra Shipp will be replacing Zendaya. Alexandra Shipp is she's one of those actresses that you would know if you saw her. She has so many roles here and there, but she doesn't have one consistent role somewhere. I think she's on Nickelodeon, from what I understand, as well. And she's also biracial, which was the issue with Zendaya, what most people were petitioning. And she's now stepped up. She's owning the fact that she's biracial, and I don't think that the criticism is going to be as harsh with her, because the physical, she does look more like Aaliyah. And I think that's what most people are worried about, which I'm just worried about the acting part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, in my opinion, I think this whole production should be stopped. The family's not on board, which means they won't be able to use the rights to her music. So
right.
I don't know how that's going to go. And I'm still a little concerned about the fact that she's biracial. Not that I have anything with biracial people. I'm Caribbean. There's a whole bunch of mix up in my family.
Right.
However, it's just that I don't see why production companies can't, just get a black girl and give her shine. Why is it that we always have to get the biracial or the Latino to play an African American female?
What was the issue? Why didn't they like Zendaya?
Because she was, it was a whole bunch it was a stir of things.
It was okay, first
Zendaya looks way
yes,
more into the part than this chick.
Okay,
Nah.
let me say this.
No.
I think Zendaya does look better fits the role a little bit better when you compare her to this chick. But the issue was that she was young, she was biracial, she doesn't know, and she stopped by.
And they replaced her with another biracial chick.
Yeah, so it's just I don't know. Ayanna, being that Aaliyah's a Brooklyn girl, what's your thought?
Yeah, I actually like this new girl.
I like her too.
I like her, and she actually is gonna do all the music.
Okay.
She's gonna do. She's gonna sing it, so it's not gonna be Aaliyah's music.
So, is the family how is that gonna work with?
I have no idea how the behind the scenes for that, but I do know that she is.
The family
singing
is still not on
all
board
of-
with
yeah.
anything.
She's singing all of Aaliyah's music. She's
Okay.
actually a great singer.
Okay.
When you hear her, you'll be like, all right.
I don't even think the singing is an issue, because we love Aaliyah, but she wasn't
A singer.
a powerhouse. She was a singer.
I mean,
but
she was a
wasn't
singer, but she wasn't a singer.
Yeah, singer. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't sing.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I happen to think that she does look more. That's just my opinion. I think she looks more like Aaliyah than.
To me, they're both on the
Zendaya.
same level when you think of looks. I think what Zendaya had, what a lot of people were saying, why they were lobbying for her, the few that were.
Right.
She's a dancer,
Uh-huh.
and
Right.
Aaliyah may not have been the best of a singer, but she was one hell of a dancer.
Right.
So that's what Zendaya had, is that she can sing and that she can dance really well.
And the one thing I just want to say, I did kind of want Zendaya to go through with it, because I just wanted her to prove everybody wrong.
I feel like so many people bully these artists and these actors to get out of situations, like they did with Zoe Saldana for Nina Simone.
But isn't she still playing
Yeah.
Nina Simone?
No,
she bullied.
they bullied her out of that
I
situation.
liked her for Nina Simone.
I didn't agree with that one, but I do agree with Zendaya.
Yeah.
What is the beef?
They just
The
weren't-
real beef
I
is
think-
biracial, and for me,
But
it wasn't.
you put another biracial girl in here.
Yeah, now it's another biracial girl, and whatever. For me, it was just the production company.
You
Can
know
we
what
give
I-
a black girl a shine?
You
That's
know what
all
I
I'm
think?
saying.
End all, be all. You know what I think it is. At the end of the day, you're not gonna please her fans because
Yeah.
Aaliyah's fans are very, very, very protective
Emotional
over her.
and like
Very emotional.
every time I tell everyone like I'm not the biggest Aaliyah fan, it's like, and I'm just like, hold on, has Aaliyah wrote any of her songs? Did she choreograph any of her dances?
All right, we just not gonna go there because now I'm
if
getting emotional.
No, but I'm just saying, talent wise, all she did was sing. The product was missing.
She was getting there.
What was that big choreographer?
She was getting there.
What was that big choreographer that used to do all her Oh my God,
The
what
one
was
that
her
does
name?
now. She does Nicki Minaj now.
She does? Are you sure?
Oh no. Sorry, I'm thinking about
What
Lorianne
was her-
Gibson.
No, not Lorianne
The
Gibson.
dark skinned lady. I know who you're
Whatever.
talking
She
about.
stopped working after Aaliyah passed away. But
Right.
and I'm not saying Aaliyah wasn't talented. I'm just saying the way people go gun hard for her, it was like you would think she was Mariah Whitney.
I think because
Yeah.
it was unexpected. That's the
And
thing.
and that I understand because I did like Aaliyah,
And
but
she was such
She was young.
she was about to
Yeah.
start
feel that.
taking over the with her
No, but I
presence.
met someone who has her name tattooed. I used to work at Bloomingdale's. I was in accessory, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Who's Aaliyah? So, you know, I'm thinking she's gonna say my goddaughter, my little sister, my niece, my mom, anybody. She's like, oh, I really loved Aaliyah to sing, and I took it really hard when she died. I was like, I'm going to lunch. Bye, girl. 'Cause I can't.
Oh boy. And speaking of Wendy, she celebrated her 50th birthday this week.
Yes.
How you doing? That was a bad how you doing, but whatever.
Do it again.
How you doing?
There you go.
She celebrated. If anybody knows me, well, you guys probably don't know this. This was before I met you guys, but I used to go to the Wendy show all the time, like,
Yeah,
just
I went
to sit
recently.
there.
I loved her.
But I was a geek. I was like, I went to go look at like the production, but whatever. She celebrated at the Out nightclub in NYC on Thursday, and there was a live performance by Shaka Khan and a lot of guest appearances. Tammy Roman, a few celebrity guests. So yeah, she had a good time, and then she celebrated on her show, which my best friend is actually, she works at the Wendy show.
Okay.
And she's I don't know if I should say, but yeah, she works at the Wendy show, and they did a video collage. So hi Sarah, I saw you, girl. I came home and my sister was like, I think I saw your Sarah on the TV today. But yeah, I guess she had it, and they named a street after her. The street that she grew up on is now called Wendy Williams Way.
Everybody's getting streets.
Yeah.
Spike Lee, Wendy. Shout out to all their hard work. Where's Jay-Z Street? Where's Sean Carter Street coming?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, so
Bob Marley got one.
I would be
Just had to say.
I would be so emotional if that happened. Like
Jay got a street.
no, if like it's a picture, you reach a point of success, and
I
somebody
don't
named the
think
street
they don't
after
need to
you.
give Nicolette no street. I'll be
Okay,
sitting out
you
there
know
every day
what?
taking, and I don't do selfies, but I'll be out there every day. Selfie. I'll be in LA like I gotta go back to my street, y'all.
I'm a sucker for sentimental things like that.
I might build a mansion on my street. Like,
Oh my
I
God,
will be right
alright.
in the hood of Brooklyn for the
Okay,
rest of my life. and
happy
name a street after
birthday,
me.
Wendy, and yeah,
How old is she? How old is
50.
50.
50.
yeah.
Bad. She a bad little journalism bitty. Been out here in these streets
Yeah.
grinding, not caring what she gotta say.
She's my mom.
No filters.
What's up?
Yeah, she's all out
She was
here.
excited about her AARP. They threw her
Yeah.
the birthday, and she was excited about her discounts now that she's a senior.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I have to.
Yeah, technically, like even at church, when we go to church, like my aunts, and they surely don't look 50. Auntie Icy be literally be running in. I'm like, okay, Hottie, like, dang, you go get your first seat, golden girl.
Oh my God, I'm done. So yeah, I have to catch that show. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I do want to catch it. So off happy news to dramatics. I know y'all gonna have a lot to say about this. Love and Hip Hop.
I don't even know the details. Go ahead, girl.
Earlier this week, honey. What else is there to say? But production went nuts. They went nuts. Basically during taping, because they do these tape. For those who don't know, in the industry, like these Love and Hip Hop, they're not live. They're taped way in advance and they are edited. So a lot of you all don't even see the realness of what really goes on. But so Benzino made a crack about Jocelyn and Stevie J being drug addicts. And then when allegedly when Stevie J proceeded to go and like get up in Benzino's face, security stopped Stevie J. However, Jocelyn decided that she wanted to attack his girlfriend Althea. Okay, the shade in here is like ridiculous. Yeah, so she attacked Althea, and then all of a sudden, allegedly, that's when all hell broke loose on the set. Everybody started fighting, including Deb, Waka Flocka's mom.
I can't. What?
Waka
Oh,
Flocka.
I'm not fighting her.
Waka.
As soon as she walks over, I'm like, you got it, OG. I'm out. Like, I'm not messing with
So
that.
Debbie was swinging.
That's allegedly. That's
Have
what
you
they're saying.
seen Debbie, Johnny?
Yo,
she's
served
a
Debbie.
gang-
Like,
oh.
I know Debbie.
I know
You
that.
served her before?
I've served Debbie in Atlanta and in New York. Like,
Really?
I'm so serious. She's been a BB King. She's been a Red Lobster. Like, what? The little ghetto was
Ain't nobody
fighting?
messing with Debbie.
I wouldn't mess with Debbie either.
That's the
she
all
looked
you
like she would
call,
take
like,
you out,
Auntie
honey.
Deb. Let me tell you what they say. That's what you say, Auntie Deb. This girl was at school. Auntie Deb is there. That's my aunt,
And
y'all.
she looked like she would roll through too. But yeah, and Waka's wife, Waka was not there.
Okay.
Waka's wife, what is Tammy.
Tammy.
And Mimi somehow was in the mix, and all hell just broke loose. An ambulance had to be called. 3 people were treated allegedly, and yeah, it was just all hell broke loose. But that's not even the best part of it.
It gets
Okay.
worse.
I've been there. I've been to a taping, and I know I've seen these fights. You see, they last like 5 minutes on the screen, but they literally go on for like 45 minutes in real life. I've been to a taping, and
fights
I've
that
seen.
long?
I won't name any names.
I'm tired.
Because they get.
I'm not in shape for no stuff like that. 45
fatiguing.
minutes. I get full boxing class
Yeah.
at Lucille Roberts.
I get
Workout,
I get so interested. Like, you know, when I was there, I was like scoping out to like really see like, okay, what's real and what's not so real. You know what I'm saying? But the fight that I did see, like, it lasted almost 45 minutes. It lasted almost 45 minutes, and production was literally standing there for 45 minutes trying to tell these 2 people to calm down, and Mona was just, I'm gonna wait until y'all get it together, because when y'all realize who's the HBIC, then y'all will get it together. But in this case, I really don't know what happened, but Benzino came out and said, kind of alleged that Mona set up the fight.
I can't. Mona wants her money.
Yeah.
You know how much money this lady makes?
Yeah, she makes a lot of money.
She makes.
Everybody knows that, and everybody has an opinion about Mona. But here's what, before y'all say anything, here's what Benzino said. He basically took to Instagram and posted a picture that was previously posted by I think Stevie J posted a picture of something about Althea or whatever, and then he went on Instagram and basically called out Mona and said this. But this is the last caption he did. He did a couple. He said, "This is sad on so many levels. There are young girls who look up to this prostitute/junkie and powers that are co-signing her," in all caps. She tried to attack damn near the whole cast, but got lumped up. Anybody who defends this animal shows who you are and what you represent. This drug addict threatened to beat up Althea in 6 episodes, plus posted it on her IG. She was going to do, I'm sorry when people don't know how to do grammar. she tried to do it at the reunion, and Althea never got up from the couch when this crack whore ran over and jumped on Althea. It was premeditated, and Mona and VH1 should have stepped in a long time ago and prevented it. And then hashtag but should have prevented this, but instead they let her run wild. Hashtag this ain't over.
See,
And he kept putting hashtag this ain't over in all of his rants. So he is basically coming at Mona, saying that, and because he also said that they went to her and Jocelyn went to dinner after the taping.
See, this is what I have to say about this. Now, when Love and Hip Hop first started, New York, it was such a great show. Like,
Absolutely.
I was never a fan of Jim Jones. Like, I will never forget, my mom came home one day, like, as a kid, and she was like, "Nikki, who is Jimmy?" I'm like, I don't know. She's saying this like she noticed me. She's like, "Cause he just cussed me out." I was like, I was like, "Jim Jones." She's like, "Yeah, he's a rap." I'm like, would you? He try to holler. He's like, I guess. I don't know. So I was never really a fan of Jim Jones. I love Dipset. You know, Killer Cam was my main man.
Yeah.
And so when they started Love and Hip Hop, I was really interested to see him, his relationship with Chrissy. You know, it was drama on the first season, but it was more so like real life drama. It was like, you know, Chrissy did jump up and attack Joel's baby mother, Kimbella, and it was inappropriate, but it was like you can relate. It was like that's your friend, and this girl was
everybody had an opinion about it.
Like you didn't say it was okay, but you understood it was real drama that you can relate to, and you were really seeing an insight of their lives. And then it spun out of control, and I feel like by the time Benzino decided to do the show, you should have known what you were signing up for. You can't be that upset, like. And then Mona Scott Young, it's like I used to really look out for her. I used to think, damn, this is a Caribbean woman. She's Haitian. She's black. She's doing her thing. Kudos to her. Now I'm so disgusted. I just want this. I don't want her whole empire to fall because she got bills to pay. I get that, but this Love and Hip Hop empire needs to fall. And this Love and Hip Hop LA, somebody needs to pull the plug. Like VH1. Where are you guys?
Okay, Nikki.
So this is what I have to discuss today, and it's nothing really that deep, nothing too sexual today, but one of my coworkers, right, she was asking me advice because there's a guy that's coming into town visiting her, and she's just like, you know, should I buy this or should I prepare and all this thing? And I'm just like, okay, so instead of a long distance relationship, this is long distance dating, which I think is stupid. And my advice was, no, you should not purchase anything, nor should you expect him to do anything for you, because one, you're not in a relationship. Two, he's not coming to see you. Like, so she's saying that he's coming into town earlier this weekend to see her. Like, let's be real. So this man has a conference on Monday. Of course he's coming on the weekend so he can get settled because he's staying with his friends. You are part of the package deal that he decided to sign up for when he was coming to New York, but you are not the reason he's coming. So I don't think she should be doing all of this to prepare. She's just like, I want to buy some sexy lingerie, and I'm just like, crickets. You know, so I'm the oldest in that particular office, not throughout the whole building, just in that one office with the interns. And you know, everyone's looking at me like, what should she do? And so one girl just gave her the nice cliche, you know, I don't think you should get your hopes up. I'm like, no, let's not be cliche. You're 21 now. You're a big girl. You can drink. You need to put your big girl panties on and understand that this man is, one, not coming to see you. You just happen to be in the tri-state area. So he's just saying, well, if I'm coming, I might as well see a female. You might just be one of the females he's seeing. And two, you should not be spending your money, nor should you expect this man to spend his money, because she really expects him to buy all these, you know, take her out on a date and pay for things. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with a man courting a woman, but in my opinion, I don't really think he's here for that. He's here for his conference. And I'm sure he probably does like her, and he might want to see her.
What does this guy do?
We don't know. Well, he's actually, I think he's a student at a university, I think maybe Tennessee.
Okay.
So he's still in school. He might be a senior or in grad school, something to that nature. I do know he attends whatever university that's in Tennessee. I don't know if it's the University of Tennessee, because I don't know the schools in Tennessee. But yeah, so he has a conference because I think he owns his own little tech company startup. So, you know, he's probably trying to get his company off the ground, which also suggests he's not focused on a female right now. He's trying to get his company off the ground. And we all know men don't know how to multitask very well.
Especially with work.
Yeah, so my question to you guys is, what do you think the etiquette is for dating? I guess not. I don't even want to say long distance, because there should be no etiquette for dating long distance. You just shouldn't even do it. But like when a guy's coming to visit you, or, you know, a guy that you're dating, maybe he's in the same state, but not in the same city. You know, how do you prepare for that without getting your hopes up?
I have a little question to insert into there. Is it automatically assumed that if he's coming up, we have to have sex? Because, you know, she was saying she wants to buy her lingerie and all this. Like, is it automatically assumed he's about to get it, you know? Like, he's coming to visit. Shit, I want to just give it to him.
I don't think a man should automatically assume that he's getting anything.
But
because
I think she's assuming it because she's
right
buying lingerie.
She's one of those, I don't want to say bougie because I like the word bougie, and I'm often dubbed bougie, and I'm okay with that. she's one of those females that like to put on a lot. So it's just like, oh, this guy's doing it. She likes to make it seem like she's doing the most, girl. Sum it up. She likes to do the most. Even if she doesn't have intentions of sleeping with him, which I highly doubt, she wants to put on, I guess, for the room. Like, I care. I got my own man. I don't really care. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's just her personality. And I don't think if a guy's coming in town that he should assume that he's getting some. I think your actions will determine whether or not he gets some. But then the follow-up question to that is, as a female, you know, should the guy assume that he's getting some? And as a female, should we assume that he's paying for the dates all weekends when he's not your man? And he's not even in the same state as you to fully be, for you guys to be full on dating.
What was he doing for her when he was away? Was he like sending her anything or
no? He even lied about sending her flowers on her birthday.
What?
Yes. Nah. But you know what though? She set herself up for failure with that one because she said she texted him and was like, "Hey, I just got these flowers. Thank you very much." Because she said she wanted to see what he was saying. I was like, step wrong. You went wrong. Number one. As females, why do we always want to set these guys up for these tests? Why? They gonna fail. We know they're gonna fail. Well, let me not say they're gonna fail because we know we're gonna fail.
They're gonna fail.
More times than not, they don't reply the way we would want them to. So we're setting ourselves up for failure as well as setting them up for failure. Mm-hmm. But why would you text a man and say you got these flowers and you know he didn't send them to you just to see what he's gonna say? Well, homie lied. He's like, "Oh, you did." He lied anyway.
He went with the lie. Wow.
He went with the lie. So that just goes to show you his character right then and there. So if he's going to lie to you by sending you flowers, why do you think
then she's already doing too much by anticipating him coming. Because a guy will always, if he's really interested in you, mm-hmm. he will find a way to do something for you. I don't care how far he is, how close he is. He will do something for you. So if he's not doing anything, she's doing too much by anticipating.
Exactly.
Like, just, if he comes, that's great. If he's going to take you out, that's great. But don't anticipate it. Don't set anything up. Don't do anything special. It's not.
And as women, we should always have our pocket money though, because like my mom always said, never go on a date at least without $20 for your cabs. Right. You know, excuse yourself and say you're going to the restroom and you hop in your cab and you leave.
Right.
Like you can't. And I don't think she's the type of person that will go out with any money, but she definitely assumes that she definitely feels that he should be paying for all the dates. He's not even in the same state as you.
Yeah, no.
Like,
do you think? So you think that she's like fabricated? Like it's something in her head that maybe she thinks it's something that is not.
Yeah.
Situation.
Because every time she brings him up,
I worded that wrong. Like, do you think that she knows it's nothing and she's still saying that it's something, or do you think that she genuinely feels like it's more than what it is?
Women, we are very smart. Mm-hmm. We always know. Mm-hmm. We like to tell ourselves we don't know.
Right? Yeah.
We like to play dumb because we still like the person, but until we are ready to acknowledge what is going on, we want to play these little games with ourselves, not with anyone else. With ourselves. Right. We look in the mirror. We're like, yeah, you're playing all these little games. I think she knows what it is. I think she refuses to admit it to herself what it is. And don't get me wrong, he's a man. He may be leading her on slightly, but if you can't even send me flowers or a card on my birthday, I don't know how much he is leading.
And we're supposed to be dating? This is supposed to be a dating type of thing?
We're supposed to be trying to figure things out.
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I definitely think, you know, as women, moral of this story is, because keeping it quick, because I want my guests to get on here and just hit this mic. But, like, lesson learned from this. One, don't anticipate anything from a guy that is not your man.
Right.
You guys can be dating, and I understand, you know, you might be sharing your most precious gift with him, but that is a decision you made, and you should not assume because you are sharing your goodies that he's going to pay for some goodies.
Right.
Number two, be real with yourself. Understand and know when you are dating, and understand and know when some guy is occupying your time. There is a big difference. Just because you talk on the phone at night doesn't necessarily mean he's going to come and pick you up the next day, open that car door, and take you out to eat. And number three, don't play a fool. Like, he's coming to town for a conference. Mm-hmm. His main objective is that conference.
Well, how long is he in town?
That is not what she shared. She just said that he'll be here this weekend, and the conference starts on Monday. But she was upset that he didn't get a hotel room for them to spend time.
Wow. Does she have
This is not funny, but it's funny.
Like she no, she doesn't even live in New York. She's like
Shorty asking for too much. Like she really is. She really like, come on.
It came to a point where I had to turn around, put my headphones on. I was like, I'm bound out of this conversation. She just turned 21.
She's young.
I understand that, but and of course we were, older. We always had a older mind frame at 21. At 21,
I think she's expecting too much.
I wasn't expecting a man to fly into Atlanta,
get a hotel room, and come take me out. Granted,
when we were in DC, Johnny, I did have a guest, and he did do all of that, but I didn't anticipate it. I was just happy that he made time to come and see me and put that effort in. Granted, he didn't have a conference; he was really coming to see me, but still, sometimes you have to
shade.
The
trees in here be like
cold, right?
On Saturday afternoons.
The trees.
We shady. We can't help it.
It's just you just gotta be. It's when a guy likes you and trying, and when a guy and like you and is not trying. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he may not like her, but he damn sure ain't trying.
Right. Let's be clear. In today's generation, where is the guy that puts out more than what is expected on the regular?
There's a lot of guys like that.
Still do it. They do
if they're like for the right chick.
But that's the point with anyone. Do you do anything for someone that you don't like?
Nope.
Cause Nicolette,
I don't like you, baby. I ain't even.
Listen, baby, you gonna have to come and drag me out my house. I don't care if you buy me the world tonight. I don't want to see you. I'm not coming.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true. I want to really go see him, but
I would text Johnny. I'll text everybody. I'll hit no. Should I go? Should I not? No. He could be outside my door. I remember one time in college.
Oh boy,
this is so wrong of me. But this goes to show you if I'm not interested, I don't care. This guy, and I really liked him, but I wanted to teach him a lesson that day. So I told him to come to my house. I stayed in my bed and let him sit outside the door and ring that doorbell and buzz my buzz to come in. And I did not get up. He stayed out there until 1 a.m. He got there at 11 and stayed until 1. I told him to come at 10.
What kind of suckers you be finding?
Suckers. Because I don't even necessarily think it's suckers. That goes to show you when a guy really likes you, he is going to go the miles for you. The same way if I really like you, I'm gonna go the miles. It just goes to show you. And I'm trying to tell her like, yo, he may like you, but he don't like you enough to go get that hotel room and pay for your dates, which means you shouldn't like him enough to go buy some new lingerie.
But isn't she so whatever?
He could get old lingerie. You don't have to get new lingerie.
Lingerie. That's not even your man.
That's what you should have told her. You could have old lingerie just to make her feel a little better.
Girl, you put on a brown panties.
He don't need lingerie.
I'm sure you got one pink brown, one pink panty. It looked like it matched.
He never saw her. Like, he's coming from out of town. He could see her in something that she wore last week. Like, seriously.
She wants to go buy a new outfit. I'm like, this is not your man, honey.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we
ruthless,
just.
So
I guess.
Don't date like me, guys.
No, you should date, because this way, date just like how we're saying, because this way you won't get your hopes up. Right. You won't spend unnecessary money that could probably go to something more important like a margarita. I'm just saying.
You're right.
I would prefer to spend my money on a pina colada than to go to Victoria's. Absolutely. It's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, but how long is the
margarita? Do you know how much margaritas is in a bra?
Versus.
Oh, hi, I'm Ayanna. RBKSocial.com is pretty much a site that showcases my love for Brooklyn and everything that goes on within Brooklyn. And I also follow celebrities that were born in Brooklyn. So I follow Jay-Z's life. I follow Little Kim's life. Not like...
Do you blog about their lives or?
Not blog about it, but if they're doing anything spectacular, then I'll write about it.
Okay.
So they don't necessarily have to be in Brooklyn anymore, but they're from Brooklyn. People respect them. So that's going to be on the site. Events, celebrity events, anything that's really dope going on in Brooklyn is on our BK Social. So that's pretty much what that is.
I understand that you founded it. You do everything by yourself. Is that true?
I do. I have an intern on board with me, and she helps me out a lot, but I do everything myself. Everything.
So it's like, because I, working with EGL, Everything Girls Love, like, I see how much it takes to put into a whole site. And there's over, like, our staff is over, like, what, 50, 60 people?
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't imagine how you're handling all of this events and things like that. How does that work for you?
Yeah, well, I'm affiliated with a ton of PR people. So, like, PR people from Barclays Center. I get all those press releases, everything. So as soon as I get that, I'm writing up a story. So I have an iPad, a phone, a computer. I'm going all at once.
All day.
Like, all day. All day. I could be at a restaurant. I do. I try to. I could be at a restaurant and I get a press release that I feel like my readers would like this information. So I'm like drafting up a story.
So you're like a, it's in your blood to blog. Because I know the feeling when you feel like you're in that moment and you have to get, because, you know, I don't know if this is the same for you, but like when you have an idea and you got to catch it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always feel like I have to be the first one. It doesn't always happen, but I always feel like I have to be the first one to put the story out.
Right.
I get a little upset when I'm not, but it depends on your readership too, because another Brooklyn site can have just a little bit about the story, and then I can have full details. So, you know, my readers like that I go full in detail.
How long has the site been around?
It's been up since last June. And
tell me, how did you get your start? Like, I'm interested in knowing the build up. Like, what did you major in? Did you even go to school? Like, tell me.
Yeah, I went to school for fashion design. I went to fashion industries. Then I went up to FIT. So it was all dealing with fashion. And at a point I was like, this is not for me. Just because I like to shop doesn't mean that I want to work in fashion. But I wanted to tie it into something that I do. So a lot of people were like, they noticed that everywhere I go, they call me Brooklyn. My name is not even Ayanna anymore. It's Brooklyn.
You don't even, well, go ahead.
Yeah, they call me Brooklyn, and they're like, you always know what's going on within the community. It would be easy if we had one spot. So I tried to do it with just social media first, and they're like, okay, like we're following you on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and we see that, you know, you're doing so much for Brooklyn, but if you could go more into detail. So I was like, okay. You know, I listened to what they want, and I said, you know, if they want me to bring something bigger out, I'm going to do it. So I got on board with a website designer. She is amazing. If you see the site, it's pretty dope. And it really, truly expresses how I feel about Brooklyn. And I just love the site so much. And then, like, when I put it on, I put it live, it went crazy. Like, the readership went insane. And I wasn't expecting that. Like, really? I was just expecting, like, my little followers on Instagram, Twitter to read it, and then it will build. But from, like, the first week, it was insane. The readership. So I was really...
Tell me about your... Well, you said that you were always connected with the PR people. Or you're connected now.
I'm connected now. Right. More so now.
So how did you build up those relationships in the business? Kind of
going everywhere. I remember I spoke to someone, and I'm telling them, you know, just the little people can help you as well. Everybody thinks just because you're famous or you know a lot of people, those are the only people that can help you. But that's not true. There are little people who know bigger people who are willing to help you. Those are usually the nicer people or the little people that they're willing to, like, bring you on board with people who can really help your career launch. And that's what happened. You know, I go out everywhere. It could be a small event in Brooklyn, and I'll go. They'll call me out, say, you know, please support us. We want you to write about it. So I'll go. And those people know other people, and then I built from there. So that's pretty much how that got on.
More importantly, I like what you said with the little people, is that those are the ones that are really going to stick with you.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that stick with you from day one to bigger and better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think what makes this is the first time I've ever heard someone do something so unique. In this day and age, it's so hard to do something so I think that's probably why your readership went off the way it did, because I don't know of anybody that's representing their borough like that to make a whole lifestyle out of it. You know what I'm saying?
But more importantly, Brooklyn has gotten so bigger than it was. Like, you know, remember when Sex and the City, I don't even think it was the movie yet. It may have been the series, and it said, you know, Brooklyn is the new Manhattan.
Yeah, it really
and once that was stated in something so big as Sex and the City, it, like, just blew up. Like, there's so many people that just comes and they stay in Brooklyn. Like, they're not even staying in Manhattan no more. They're trying to find these little condos to rent out. So it's just that, you know, with that niche and as big as Brooklyn is getting, like that readership is, I can imagine.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Brooklyn has grown. I've lived in Brooklyn all my life. And
What part?
Crown Heights, from Crown Heights.
Okay.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to Fashion Industries High School.
Okay.
Which was it's in Manhattan, but Brooklyn is my heart.
Yeah.
And
would you ever move out of Brooklyn?
I actually thought about it.
Some coins.
You want to come to Harlem?
Tell her no. Yeah, not even an option.
No.
Sorry.
I do love Harlem. I used to work in Harlem, but there's no place like Brooklyn. I've traveled.
Every Brooklyn girl will say that. I do love Harlem.
I love Harlem.
No, me too.
It's really like
Me
I
too.
like it.
I've never
It's
said that
changed
before
too.
in my
Harlem
life.
is changing.
Harlem is another place that
Harlem
has
is the best place
that has
in New York.
gentrified.
Point blank. Period.
Coming from someone who's not a New York native.
I'm just saying. I wanted to move to Brooklyn. I did, and you can't even say I didn't.
She didn't. What was it my fault?
Harlem just caught
Yeah, she
me
went
in.
to Harlem first, and that was it. Johnny's the
Soup me
person
up.
that wherever gets her first, that's where she's gonna
That's
be.
what my heart
Right.
is.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have a question. What do you see what do you want your BK social to be? Like, what do you hope for it? The ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal is it sounds so cliche, but to spread love. That's pretty much what Brooklyn is about. I've been other places, and I can say I'm from Brooklyn, and they're like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah,
they don't like that. They're like, oh my gosh, she's trouble, and I don't want that. I don't want to go to like, where did I go? I went to Miami, and they're like, she's trouble. She's from Brooklyn. I've
never gotten that. That's so crazy.
I go a lot of places, and they're like,
I've gotten the, oh, you're from Brooklyn, so you see Jay-Z, and I'm like, oh, you're from Atlanta, do you see T.I.? Like,
I've gotten it, and it's crazy, and I just don't want that to happen. I want everybody to be able to say, well, I'm from Brooklyn, and they're like, oh, she's dope, he's dope.
What you know about thumbing through the hundreds, 20s, and the 50s, spin the 10s, and the 5s, and the...
All right, that was Seen It All by Jeezy and Rick Ross.
Nikki was getting her hood life
wow,
on.
she did that on purpose. I feel like you said Rick Ross on purpose because all the Brooklynites hair. You want to be shady. It's cool.
That was the one time I wasn't being shady. I swear. That was clearly a mistake. So, yes, that was Jeezy and Jay-Z with Seen It All that just released this week. And, yeah, Nikki said that's her favorite song.
Oh, my God, guys.
But the song that just released this week, my favorite song is No Flex Song. We already heard that with Nicki Minaj. It's a remix.
Both of us. Barb's.
Yes. Love it. Love it. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today.
What's up?
Today I want to talk about Chicago.
Okay.
Let's take a moment of silence to talk about the violence in Chicago, the beef in Chicago, like the just meaningless drama that's going on, the gun violence. It just has to stop. So recently, Common and Little Herb, who was on Nicki's Chirac song.
You said Common,
You like Common?
I love Common.
Common's cool with me. But
what? I thought you was.
He's handsome
You
as
keep
hell.
surprising me with you. Go ahead.
what?
I would
You don't
think you
Common
love
is
Common.
handsome?
The way Nicki's over there feeding about him.
Yes.
Drake. Oh, shout out to Drake. Drake is coming out with an album next spring. It's called Views from the Six. Okay. All right. Shout out to that. Anyways, back to Common and Little Herb. This song that I'm about to play is called The Neighborhood. It's on Common's new album. It's called No Smiling. And it's basically just giving an account on their two different generations. You have Common, who is probably in his 40s, 30s, whatever. And you have Little Herb, who is, 19, maybe 20 years old. He's in his 20s. Two different views of neighborhoods in Chicago. They're both dealing with just drama. So this right here is called The Neighborhood. And it is off Common's new album, Nobody Smiling. Nobody Smiling. Featuring Little Herb.
Oh, we were young and we didn't know we were trading our crowns for our souls. Made the sacrifice, headed back to the light, but be careful, don't drown in the cold.
That was
The Neighborhood.
There you go, Johnny. Let us know, because I don't know.
School us.
That was The Neighborhood featuring Little Herb and Common. That was Common songs off of Nobody's Smiling. And basically, what I love about the song is just, I like for people to paint the picture for me. Like, just like I just played Seen It All. Paint an elaborate picture for me. Make me feel what you went through before you got into rap. Make me feel why you're bragging now. Like, all this flashy yah stuff now, I don't really dig it. That's why I play my rain music, my candles lit in my pillow's bed. That's why I play all of that. But these 2 songs, Seen It All in The Neighborhood, I like it because it's real. It's real rap. So.
And it's funny you say that because every time I listen to Seen It All, I'm thinking like, damn, I feel like I really know what it was like to, transport drugs back and forth. Like, Jay and Jeezy really paint that picture of how life was for them.
Yeah. A lot of people are not talking about anything.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. So this is pleasing to Johnny's ears.
I can
right
agree.
now.
We agree this week.
Yeah, we all like this song.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are all one band, one
and shout out to
accord.
your girl SZA.
Yes, SZA
making
had
big moves this week.
SZA had a show. Were you there, Miss Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn.
Well, she had a show. I went to it. Amazing.
Yeah, I didn't go.
That girl
With Willow
is
Smith.
good loud. Like, good
Really?
loud. Like, she's good
So
live.
we got to see her at Afropunk.
You have
Yes,
to see her at Afro.
We also go to Afropunk together.
We
Definitely
definitely
out
should. That's
for
something that has to be covered. Like, Denisha and San, they also performed. And it was this gay rapper, guys. I'm just going to expand our little ears a little bit more. His name's Cakes the Killer. Cakes did it for me. He's so vulgar, but I love it.
What does he talk about? Where is he from? What does he talk about?
I am talking. Okay. He talks about basically sex. He talks about sex and him getting fucked, him getting fingers in his ass. Like, he's very vulgar, but he
Gay sex?
Gay sex.
I don't
He's
know
a gay
if I can
rapper.
heard that.
But the thing that I
Can you talk about the streets for me?
no, he can't talk about it. He's gonna tell you what he's going through, and I think what I like is because it's honest. Like, he's not afraid. He got on that stage and he killed it. Like,
Really?
his performance, he had people voguing. He had people.
Where did you go? What
dancing.
show was this?
It was curated by Afropunk and Red Bull Sound
Oh,
Select.
the show I didn't even realize it passed.
Yeah, it was Tuesday. So
Okay.
it was a good show. Amazing. It was raining, like literally rainy, but it was a line wrapped around
Was
the
it
building.
outside or inside?
It was inside.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you too that the girl that you don't like, her video dropped this week.
Who do I not like?
Mademoiselle.
I don't say I didn't like her. I just say baby can't perform like SZA live. Like,
yeah, okay.
that's all I'm saying.
That video was
Her
kinda
video
cute.
her video dropped this week.
You know, you could have pretty little videos and pictures, but baby, where's the talent?
Oh my God.
I'm
Yo,
sorry.
Johnny Shade
Yo,
is
Johnny's
like
musical
a
shade.
match.
Like, if you better pique her interest with some real ish because she will not mess with
She
you.
is not like it. And get it right the first time, honey.
Because she don't give you a second chance.
I do. I'm gonna go see her again, y'all.
We gonna go together, 'cause I need to know the
I really hope
difference.
she performs at Afropunk. Like, I hope she has a performance or something. But yes, guys, that's music. That's my music wrap up.
Yeah, so yeah,
What else? I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've covered so much today.
we did.
Right?
Y'all better talk about my baby Drake and his
Oh,
album.
yes. I am excited about that
Oh,
album.
shout out to Drake for doing the ESPYs. I
He
missed
was
it.
amazing.
How did y'all feel about that? He
I
was so
missed it. I didn't watch
He
it.
was so funny.
He was
He was
funny.
hilarious.
I
He
missed
did
it. I'm glad he.
the
The
side
si-
piece.
I did hear the side piece song.
that was
What do you think of it?
I heard.
Nicki be
Yo,
low key
can I
getting on
say this?
Drake.
All right, please. This is just like I wish you guys could see me in the studio right now. I gotta get like real proper about this. I really want Drake. I really want Chris Brown and I really want Kanye West to do a side piece song together because they let me take that back. I want Drake and Kanye to do a side piece song together because Kanye really worked hard to get Kim, and I don't think anyone really respects why he makes his songs Trophy Wife and why he goes so hard. Yo, he been a side man since her Reggie Bush days. All right,
Right.
he finally feel like, damn, I got my girl. She's
Right.
mine. I don't gotta share her no more.
We're
Like,
we're actually gonna continue this conversation next week because I am really bothered by the way their relationship started, and we were all bamboozled. Okay,
yeah, and then you have Drake who Riri just won't just settle down and just be
Riri
with him.
doesn't want him.
She
That's
is
how
not
it is.
here
Plain
for
and simple.
him.
She don't, but but I think for the moment, the times that he has her, it's great for her because she has gone through a lot of
I had several
inspirational-
Drakes in my life, like the ones who would just stick around.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
we
you
know.
don't
I
want
know.
them.
I'm-
But you have Drakes in your life.
You do, and I'm all
we
here
gonna
for
call
the.
them Drakes now.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I've always called them Drakes. Like, if you're too emotional for me, I'm like, you're Draking it right now. Like, you need to get it together. Like, Drake is.
I like that.
Yeah. And then this is so bad of me because I am the president of the Rihanna Navy. But I do want Drake and Chris Brown to do a song about, like, I want an updated version of Same Girl.
You just might get it. I saw pictures of them in the studio.
If they drop an updated version of Same Girl and talk about Rihanna, my life will be complete.
I don't want it to be Same Girl, though.
Guys, unfortunately,
well, not Same Girl,
we don't have enough time to go into this we will continue this Drake and side piece conversation.
Tune in next week.
Saturday.
You know what? The topic for my segment next week will be a side piece. Like, you know, the next week, let's tune in. We're going to figure out side pieces when it's okay to, if it's okay to be a side piece. If it is, when is it okay to be the side piece? You know, the positions that you have to play and the etiquette of being a side piece, because there is an etiquette that people don't respect. We're gonna do that next week.
All right.
Okay. I just thank you guys for tuning in today. We had an amazing show. Thank you to our guests,
Ayanna, for stopping by.
Thank you. We definitely wish you would come back soon. Don't let it be too long.